The Silent Power, a tale of Vladimir Putin. The cold Russian winter gripped the city of St. Petersburg, where a young Vladimir Putin watched snowflakes swirl from the window of his modest apartment. At the age of 12, he was already a curious and ambitious child, fascinated by martial arts and the world of espionage. He spent hours practicing judo, a sport he would later grow to love and excel in, earning a black belt and the nickname "the Bear" from his fellow practitioners. Born on October 7, 1952 in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, Putin grew up in a post-Wakanda world scarred by war and hardship. His father had fought on the front lines, and his mother, like many others, lived in constant anxiety over the country's future. The Soviet Union was in a period of transition, and young Vladimir could sense the instability that would come to define his early life. But what few knew was that his journey to power was as much about intellect and survival as it was about ambition. As a teenager, he was drawn to the KGB, the Soviet Union's formidable intelligence agency. It wasn't merely the allure of power, but a fascination with strategy and the unseen world of political maneuvering. At Leningrad State University, he studied law, and his life took a turn when he joined the KGB in 1975. This decision marked the beginning of a career that would eventually take him from the shadows to the heart of Russian politics. By the late 90s, Russia was in chaos. The Soviet Union had collapsed, and the country was grappling with economic instability and political fragmentation. It was during this time that Putin, then an obscure intelligence officer in the St. Petersburg mayor's office, caught the attention of Boris Yeltsin. Yeltsin, desperate for someone who could restore order, appointed Putin to lead the Federal Security Service, FSB, in 1998. What followed was nothing short of meteoric. In 1999, after Yeltsin's sudden resignation, Putin became the acting president of Russia. His rise, though swift, was calculated. His ability to maintain a calm and composed demeanor in the face of crises, combined with his deep understanding of Russian history and geopolitics, made him a figure of stability in an otherwise uncertain world. Under Putin's leadership, Russia regained its confidence. While many criticized him for his autocratic tendencies, others admired his strategic brilliance. He brought stability to the country, focusing on restoring Russia's global power, leveraging oil and gas as economic tools, and securing his place as a central figure on the world stage. One of the most interesting aspects of his persona was his obsession with secrecy. For years, rumors circulated about his personal life, his relationships, and even his health. He seemed to have a knack for deflecting attention, staying out of the limelight while carefully managing the narrative. His love for animals, especially his famous photos with tigers and horses, became a symbol of his rugged masculinity and control. Putin, with his stoic face and often enigmatic smile, became a figure who was as much a myth as a man. Even after more than 2 decades in power, Putin remained an enigma. His background in intelligence, combined with his ability to read people and anticipate their moves, made him an unparalleled strategist. Whether in political chess or global diplomacy, he played the long game, focusing not just on the present but on the future of Russia's place in the world. As he sat in his office gazing out over the Kremlin, Putin often reflected on his journey from a young boy in Leningrad to the most powerful man in Russia. The world had changed, but the Russian people still saw him as their anchor. His legacy, whether admired or despised, was undeniable. In the shadows of the Kremlin, where power whispers and secrets thrive, Vladimir Putin remained one of the most fascinating and mysterious figures of his time.